Alisa.
Yay!
Thank you, Andy. Christine Alisa. By profession, I'm a marriage family therapist and a past life therapist. But what I really do is I help people that are going through crisis to find inner clarity through radical transformation. When I was in my 20s, life was great. I was married to the man I loved. We were taking vacations and skiing. We owned our first home. I had a career in teaching. I loved it. I was creative. Everything was going great. But I was blinded, and I didn't know it. So what happened is the marriage failed. The career was not working anymore. I quit. I had to sell my home. And I got to that deep, dark place that so many of you have been talking about today. And what it was for me, it was falling on the floor in my bedroom and going, God, I just need peace. Can you please bring me peace? So, people started showing up. I found community. I found people that really seemed to care about me. And I was growing. I was changing. I was inspired. So I decided to go back to school, like Denise. And I was so excited. I had this new career. I was going to be a therapist. And I seemed to have the right skill set. It was really working for me. Except I was blinded, and I didn't know it. So what happened? I was in 5 car accidents in a year and a half. And I thought, what's up with this? And I was depressed. I was in crisis. But somebody showed up. A friend of mine, a doctor, said, you have got to go to this particular therapist because you're fading away. We're scared. So I did. I went to this therapist who does very deep work. And what happened was, we started taking the blinders off. Much like, the peeling the onion. You've heard of that?
Yes.
It was kind of like that. We peeled off what turned out to be a very abusive childhood that I had totally forgotten. It was sexual abuse. It was everything. All the abuses. My parents were really good at it. And I had to forget that. I had to have blinders on. I had to, so that I could survive, so I could move through life. So as we peeled these off, layer by layer, I got stronger. And I felt this peace inside me that I had never felt before. And I started developing, let me take a breath.
You're doing great.
I decided to work with children. Children is one of my passions. And I developed a process that helps children with things like ADHD and dyslexia and trauma. And I ended up taking this around the world. So now I'm an international trainer therapist. And what I want to bring for today to all of you is I want you, since you all have been going through some kind of deep transformation, every one of you that I've talked to or that has been up here, I wonder if you could do something for me. Can you just close your eyes for just a moment? And I want you to go to that place where maybe you had some blinders on. Maybe it was a time of crisis. Maybe it was a time of loss or grief, or maybe it's a time of change. And just notice the emotion that you have when you bring that up. And then now what I want you to do is I want you to go through it and what happened. Did people come? What did you do? Go to that emotion that changed inside of you. What did you feel when you moved through that difficult place? And that's the strength that you have inside, however you define it. Just feel that feeling, and when you're ready, just open your eyes and come back to the room with me. As I've been here this 2 days, I just find this group remarkable because of the deep work you've all done, and I just appreciate that. Thank you.
That was awesome. So awesome that when you engaged us again, I don't know about everybody else, but I was there. I went, I did what you said. I like that you went up front. You actually said the words, and what that means is, you told what you did, and you really kind of simplified and said what that really means is I do this. Great transition from your identity in your story. You did what I've been warning other people not to do. You didn't do it. And so what happened to me is you just went right into your story, which was really great. Very, very impactful story. Very great as you went through it. I'm just bringing this out because it's something that I talked about with the last person, and that is that definitive point, that line that you made. You said, God, I just need peace. That was the point. It's that kind of thing. It's a statement. It's a place in your story where you say, no more, this is it. That's a definitive point. And it can be that somebody else comes in and said something to you or whatever it is. You made it really clear that that's what it was. The other thing that I would say to make it better is obviously just because you had a lot. I felt like towards the end there, obviously you ran out of time, that I wanted more of the process that you were giving us, and so that you could take us through that whole thing. And the only way you're going to get that in a 5-minute speech is to condense and edit your story down. Again, with everybody, you have so many morsels. You don't need them all. You only need enough to take us to that place and cause us to connect, and then move on for it. And the last thing is attack us again. Okay?
Yeah, I forgot.
Okay. So what would you say was great about what you did?
Well, what I wanted to do was move back and forth on the stage, so that when I said the negative, I was more over here, and the positive was over here. And I was trying to make pretty good contact with people, and I stayed with what I wanted to speak about. So I think I came through with my message.
Perfect. What would you do to make it even better?
I think what you said, because I forgot the attack.
But remember, guys, everybody, this is just the first time.
Yes.
And what you do with what you learn here is you adjust. You use this as an example. Obviously, this is a template and an example of what you're going to do with whatever else you're going to speak about. And that's why I'm saying with everybody, condense those stories down. You don't need a long story. If you got all the time, you got 45 minutes, 3-4 hours to tell, do that. I had all day long to talk yesterday, and I made my story less than a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Okay? So it doesn't have to. Remember, we're on a journey to take them there. But use this. This is only the first step. So you're not meant to get this perfect this time. Okay, great. Give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen.
Alisa.